Okay, to the markets we go, and to Mike Eppel we go for that one. Good morning to you, Mike.
Yeah, morning, Melanie. We are coming off a shaky start to the week. The markets on Wall Street down sharply yesterday. The Dow down over 450 points. NASDAQ down 2 3/4%. Even the TSX got caught up into this again as the benchmark on Bay dropped over 150 points. It's about trade risks between the U.S. and China, as well as trouble in tech land. The biggest names in technology have had a very rough go of things over the past several weeks, and no change in that yesterday. This morning, a little bit of a well, a more stable outlook, we'll call it at this point, as we do have U.S. stock futures up, but Eurozone stocks down once again. The start of the second quarter, not exactly the way we wanted to see things go. Certainly, we'll see if things stabilize today. Spotify debuts today on the New York Stock Exchange. This is a music streaming service which first came to market in 2008. It has never made money. It has to pay royalties to the artists. It works on a subscription basis, but could have an initial value of around $20 billion. So we'll see how this debuts today, because in January, anything in the tech space that came out would have gone up in its first day 30 to 50%. Certainly times have changed for enthusiasm in the tech sector, and it could be more modest debut for Spotify today. Apple shook things up a little bit yesterday, saying, or hinting at least, that it could be looking at making its own semiconductors for Mac computers starting in 2020 instead of buying them from Intel. Now, the Intel supply to Apple for Mac computers is fairly small, but it could lead to future trends. So Intel stock yesterday down as much as 9% at one point. It was down about 5% by the close. Apple was generally steady on the day. Tesla's had a tough time recently. Stock was down another 5% Monday on top of the 22% it dropped in March. Tesla is set to reveal how its sales have been going, and production specifically for the Model 3. That's been a concern for investors because Tesla's been burning through cash. They got to sell cars to make money, and they've got about 500,000 orders for the Model 3, but just can't ramp up production fast enough. Stock at its peak, $389 last September, closed yesterday at $252. And we're also looking at a bounce for Bitcoin this morning. This time yesterday it was below that $7,000 U.S. threshold. This morning back above $7,300 U.S. The Canadian dollar starting at 77 3/4 cents U.S. exchanged at $1.28.5. Send it back to the studio.